So let us start with a new chapter, powers of the board. So there will be totally sections starting from 179 ending with section number 193. So 179 section will be talking about powers of the board. 180 talks about restrictions on powers of the board. 181 power of board to make the charitable contributions. 182 about political donations. 183 about the donation to the National Defence Fund. 184 will be disclosure of interest. 185 loans to directors. 186 loan and investment by company. 187 investments of the company to be held in its own name. 188 related party transactions. 189 register of related party contracts. 190 will be contracts with the agreements to be entered with the managing directors and whole time directors. 191 payment of compensation. 192 will be talking about non-cash transactions involving directors. 193 transactions with a one-person company. 194, 195 were deleted. Okay, 194, 195 previously it used to be there. Forward dealing with the directors and KMP and insider trading. So those are now not applicable. Those are deleted from the syllabus. So our syllabus starts from section number 179, ends with section number 193. Clear? It starts with 179, closes with 193. So now we are going to start with our first section in the set, powers of the board. What is the section? Very, very important, the charging section. Which section, sir? Charging section. Charging sections has to be read as it is. Okay. How it is, in that way only we need to read, we need to understand, we need to replicate them. Clear? So the main point what he want to convey is powers of the board. What board can do? If that be the question, this is the answer. If the question is what board can do, answer is said in section 179. Clear? Sir, anyway, I will ask you one question, answer. What are the powers of shareholders? Tell me some powers. One. Right to vote in the meeting. Next. Appointment auditors. Next. And then I find shareholders. So what is the next power? Special. Voting and special resolution. Kada. Voting no ordinary and special. Writing. Right to receive dividend. That's not a power, that's a right. Meera and right. I am asking powers of shareholder. Special business. Activities la shareholders. వాళ్ళ స్పౌసెస్ కూడా తీసుకురావచ్చా? చెప్పే పర్లా అదే కానీ అంతేనా? స్పెషల్ బిజినెస్లో ఓకే చేయాలి అంటే ఓకే పర్మిషన్ రిక్వైర్డ్. నెక్స్ట్ power to call for a meeting. Yes, that's a power. Next. Power to complain against fraud on the auditors. Sorry, okay. Anyway, next. But how shareholder will know about the fraud committed by auditor? Unless and until he is a chartered accountant. Sorry, okay. Answer is correct. Next. Something he is telling. మీరు కదా ఆయన, మీరే కదా ఏదో చెప్తారు కదా ఇప్పుడు. అచ్చా, ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్. అపాయింట్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ డైరెక్టర్స్. దట్స్ అ పవర్ ఆఫ్ ఎ షేర్ హోల్డర్. నెక్స్ట్. అపాయింట్ అయిపోయింది, నెక్స్ట్ రిమూవల్. ఆ తర్వాత ఇంకో అపాయింట్మెంట్, ఇంకో రిమూవల్. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ అయిపోయింది. అవన్నీ చేసి చచ్చిపోయారు షేర్ హోల్డర్స్ అందరు దేశంలో. 6-7 powers we said now. Next. Minutes. 1 minute. ఆన్సర్ ఎలా చెప్పావు తెలుసా ఇప్పుడు నువ్వు? మినిట్స్ బుక్ ఏంటి? దానికి మినిట్స్ బుక్ని ఏం చేయగలడు? జిరాక్స్ తీయగలడా? ఏంటి ఏం చేయగలడు? మినిట్స్ బుక్ ఏం చేస్తాడు మినిట్స్ బుక్తో? అదే ఏం చేస్తాడు జనరల్ మీటింగ్ మినిట్స్ని? వీ కెన్ సెండ్ ఇన్ వాట్సాప్. ఏంటిది? యాక్సెస్ ఓకే. డైరెక్టర్స్ని అపాయింట్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓహో ఓకే. డైరెక్టర్స్ని రిమూవ్ కూడా చేయొచ్చు. ఆయన ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్పాడు ఆల్రెడీ అదే, అపాయింట్ డైరెక్టర్స్ అని. నెక్స్ట్ నెక్స్ట్ అయిపోయింది. దీస్ ఆర్ ద పవర్స్ ఆఫ్ ద షేర్ హోల్డర్స్. చారిటబుల్ డొనేషన్స్ విల్ బి గివెన్ బై బోర్డ్ ఆఫ్ డైరెక్టర్స్. We will read here. Permission to be taken. Permission to be taken. Okay. Next. What are the powers of shareholders? Sir, okay. Middle, right to my side I am talking about. Middle speaker, right speaker working. Left speaker full silent. I don't know why. Answer. Same as before. ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేశా. మీరు పని చేయండి, చెప్పంగానే యా అనండి. యా 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 మీరు చెప్పండి ఒకసారి. ఓ పవర్ ఏంటి? యాగా ఓ పవర్ చెప్పండి. షేర్ హోల్డర్స్ వీళ్ళకి యా అంటారు ఇప్పుడు. హాయ్ అనే నువ్వు ఎంత బాగా చెప్తా తెలుసా అసలు. సార్ చెప్పండి. నువ్వు ఇంత బాగా చెప్పగలను నన్ను అనుకోలేదు. చెప్పు. సో సరే, సమ్ పవర్ టు డూ సంథింగ్ హీ సెడ్. సరే, షేర్ హోల్డర్స్, బోర్డ్ ఆఫ్ డైరెక్టర్స్, లెట్ us bifurcate both of them. First we are talking about the board of directors. So before we start with that, let's understand what are the powers of the shareholders. Okay, so shareholders powers and board of directors powers are totally two different versions. First tell me, in a company there are two important organs. One is the board and the other is a shareholder, or shareholder or a board, anything. Okay, both are two very very important people in a company. But who is superior is a query now. Whose powers are superior powers? Board of directors are, shareholders are? Answer. Please never answer this question. Never answer this question. If any person asks, that question is wrong. First point, there is no such concept called as shareholders are superior, board of directors are inferior, or vice versa, for good reasons. I will ask you one question, answer. Who will propose the dividend? Who will declare the dividend? Who will? Proposal declaration rendu vadena. Who will propose dividend? Who will declare dividend? Shareholders in a general meeting. Annual general meeting lo 4 ordinary businesses are there. Kaun hai? Number 1, 4 ordinary auditing lo untayi kadaya. What are the 4 ordinary businesses? One second. Number 1. One second. First one ఏంటి? Consideration of financial statements. Okay, next. Appointment of next చెప్పేసాను, మీకు ఏదో ఐడియా ఉంటుందిగా, చెప్పండి. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ అయిపోయింది, ఆడిటర్ వచ్చేసాడు ఫస్ట్. నెక్స్ట్ డిక్లరేషన్ ఆఫ్ డివిడెండ్. నెక్స్ట్ అపాయింట్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ డైరెక్టర్సా? అవునా? సరే, ఓకే. లెట్ us అండర్స్టాండ్ క్లియర్లీ. సో దేర్ ఆర్ 4 ఆర్డినరీ బిజినెసెస్. నెంబర్ 1 అప్రూవల్ ఆఫ్ యాన్యువల్ ఫినాన్షియల్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్. Second one, declaration of dividend. Third one, reappointment of retiring directors and appointment of auditors and fixing remuneration. How many are there totally? 4. First one, accounts, dividend, directors, auditors. This is a sequence. Okay, first accounts. Okay, just because of the reason that audit is completed first, you need not tell audit first. మీకు ఆడిటింగ్ సిలబస్ అయిపోయిందని ఫస్ట్ తీసుకొచ్చేయకండి దాన్ని. సో దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ సీక్వెన్స్. ఫస్ట్ వన్ అకౌంట్స్, సెకండ్ వన్ డివిడెండ్, థర్డ్ వన్ డైరెక్టర్స్, ఫోర్త్ వన్ దెన్ కమ్స్ ద ఆడిటర్స్. ఫస్ట్ అకౌంట్స్ విల్ బి అప్రూవ్డ్, On the basis of the approved financial statements, net profit, dividends are declared. Dividends are. Performance evaluation of directors will be completed. Directors. Lastly, no relation to the performance, one independent party will be their auditors. So there are 4 persons totally. A, D, D, A. Okay. Accounts, dividend, directors, auditors. It is sequence. Don't change the sequence just because of the reason that you completed audit and syllabus. Okay. So sequence must be followed in the same way. Sorry. Anyway, now listen. The point is, we are now discussing about who is superior, who is inferior. You said some shareholders, I got a huge voice on shareholders' favor. Okay. But now answer my question clearly. Who will propose dividend? Who will declare? Very good. Next one. Idea to change the name of company should come to? Idea to change will come to shareholder. Shareholder will go to Ratan Tata and tell Tata, change the name of the company from Tata Consultancy Services to Rita Consultancy Services. They will change. Idea will come to whom? So tell me, always idea will come to? Who will approve that idea? ఇది మనకి IPCCలో చెప్పింది. CA ఇంటర్లో all the sections, whenever you read, each and every section will have a same logic, especially chapters like general meetings. That chapter, each and every section is talking about the powers of the shareholders. What shareholders can do in a company. Shareholders' powers, their voting rights, proportional voting rights, differential rights, variation in shareholders' rights. So basics of all the concepts are complete in CA Inter. So there they will tell what are the powers of a shareholder. Here we are going to read the powers of the board of directors. So everyone, answer. First, recommendation of dividend will be made by? Recommendation of proposal ఒకటే చెప్పొచ్చు ఆన్సర్ కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా. ఇందాక ప్రపోజల్ అనేది ఇప్పుడు రికమెండేషన్ అంటున్నాడు. అంటే రెండు తేడా క్వశ్చన్లు ఇవి రెండు. ప్లీజ్ ఆన్సర్స్. Recommending the dividend will be made by? Declaration. Very good. Recommendation to change the name. Approval. Proposal to change register office. Approval. Proposal to go for a buyback. Approval. In all these cases, idea came to whom? Board of directors. Director. Board of directors means group of directors. Group of directors will get a dream on same day. They have to meet in a particular place. What is that meeting? Board meeting. That's what we completed now. Board of directors proposals will be approved in the board meeting. Once approved, they have to take the permission of whom? By passing a ordinary or a special resolution depending on the case. Clear? Change of name special. Change of object special, change of register office special, buyback special, dividend ordinary. Clear or not everyone? So like that, depending on the type of section we are referring to, it requires an ordinary resolution or a special resolution in a company. Everyone understood the concept up to here? Clear? Now listen carefully. Always idea will come to whom? Before its execution we will go to? Now I will ask you a reverse example. Answer. Board recommended dividend. Shareholders didn't declare. Can the dividend be paid? Did you understand the question? Board recommended dividend, but shareholders didn't declare. They said that we don't want dividend during the year. Hello? If they done that, what will happen? Dividend can be paid or cannot be paid. Then how can you tell that board is superior to shareholders? Or come to the other way around. Board did propose dividend. Shareholders themselves want to declare the dividend. Possible or not possible? Then how can you tell the shareholders are superior? Unless and until I propose, you can't declare. Unless and until I declare, your proposal will not take effect. Means who is powerful? Both are powerful. Both are powerful. So that is an argument in vain. Who is more powerful? Shareholder, board of directors? This is a wrong comparison between two very important organs of a company. Did you understand the point, everyone? This side, which is more important? This side. Really, that is a correct euphemism and a comparison. This side important, this side important. Means both are important for me. Both are useful to see. Clear, everyone? Both are useful to see. Like that in company also, these two are two different eyes. One will be shareholder, another one will be the board of directors. Clear or not, everyone? Maybe possible in movies, not originally. ఒక కంట్లో నుంచి ఆనందం, ఇంకొంట్లో నుంచి కన్నీళ్ళు, రెండు రావు. అది ఎగ్జామ్ హాల్లో ఒక చోటే వస్తుంది. తెలిసిన క్వశ్చన్ ఉంటుంది, దాని పైన తెలియని క్వశ్చన్ ఉంటుంది. ఈ గంటల నుంచి చుక్కల గారితో ఈ గంటల నుంచి పుష్పాలు వస్తూ ఉంటాయి, ఆనంద పుష్పాలు. అది ఓన్లీ ఎగ్జామ్లో పాసిబుల్ అవుతుంది, మహానటి సినిమాలో పాసిబుల్ అవుతుంది, నార్మల్ సిచ్యువేషన్లో పాసిబుల్ అవ్వదు. సో ద మెయిన్ పాయింట్ దట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ఈస్ దీస్ two are two different organs of a company. So you can't exactly tell which is more important, you can't tell like that. Clear? Both are superior, both are inferior. Like that you can understand. Sir, anyway, why I am asking this question is, listen carefully. If company is a vehicle, wheels are shareholders and directors. Wheels are, see here, front, back wheels. Okay? Example, okay? Don't check for accuracy. Okay? Ala unte potundi bandi. So front wheel and back wheel, two things are there. Okay? Tell me, front wheels will be board of directors, shareholders. If I tell like this, people will tell, sir, front board of directors, back will be shareholders, means board of directors are superior. Therefore, make this and make this. Not like that. These two are shareholders, these two are board of directors. Okay? Laterally, both are parallelly, but both are important. No one on the front, no one on the back side. Clear, everyone? Lateral powers will be exercised. Front and back end powers will not be there. Lateral, both parallelly run and exercise the powers. Hand into hand and run. Simply that is the idea behind this concept of board of directors and the shareholders. Okay? So, board of directors and shareholders of a company laterally work in a company. Those powers are called as a lateral powers. Level playing field. Both are on the same level. Okay? No one is above them, no one is below them. Clear or not, everyone? Now listen carefully. Why I am asking this question continually, you will understand in a while. Who is more powerful is a wrong question. Then what are the powers of a board of directors, shareholders? If any person asks you that question, answer is very simple. Powers of shareholders, board of directors. Shareholders' powers are quantifiable powers. Board of directors' powers are non-quantifiable powers. Sir, I didn't understand, sir. I will make you to understand. Tell me, shareholders' powers are? Board of directors' powers are? What do you mean by quantifiable? We can tell, these are all powers of shareholders. Like that I can tell. These are all powers of board of directors. Like that I cannot tell in the world. So why? Why we can't tell? Let me explain. See there. If any person asks you the question, what are the powers of shareholders? Don't answer the question. Ask them to read Companies Act. Wherever you find the word approval of shareholders, approval in a general meeting, approval by special resolution, approval by ordinary resolution, approval by a resolution in a general meeting, like this, any language or a phrase comes in the Companies Act, those are all the powers of shareholders. Clear or not, everyone? If you go on telling, there will be almost around 80 to 90 powers are there for shareholders in Companies Act. Clear or not, everyone in class? They have power to make inspection, they have power to make investigation, they have power to apply for inquiry, they have a power to appoint the director, they have a power to remove the director, they have a power to appoint the auditors, they have a power to remove the auditors, they have a power to issue a special notice, they have a power to call for a meeting, they have a power to call a meeting by the requisitions directive. The board of directors fails to call a meeting under section 100 subsection number 1. Like that, go on telling me there will be hundreds of powers are there for shareholders. Simply, wherever in Companies Act you find the word members, shareholders, special resolution, by a resolution, ordinary resolution, general meeting, any of these words comes inside the Companies Act in any section, those are all the powers of whom? Answer, those are all powers of whom? Those are all shareholders' powers. Separately, there is no section saying these are all powers of shareholders. In so many sections, whenever I use the word shareholder, member, general meeting, ordinary resolution, special resolution, by-a resolution, prior permission of general meeting, like that any words comes, those are all the powers of shareholders. Clear everyone? That means if I really try, I can quantify what are the powers. If really we have so much time, separately we can take an Excel sheet, clearly we can write in which sections the words members are used. At the end of the sheet, there will be around 100 to 120 powers will be there for the shareholders. Can we quantify or cannot quantify? Quantification is possible if you really try to do it. Here or not, everyone? Quantification is possible. Absolutely, it is quantifiable. 130 came. 130 are the only powers of shareholders. Like that we can quantify. Board powers you can't quantify like that. Due to good reason. Okay? Why? Board powers are not derived from Companies Act like shareholder. Board powers are not derived from Companies Act. Their powers are derived from MOA and AOA, which changes from company to company. Clear or not, everyone? Clear, everyone in the class? Tata Iron and Steel Company. Okay, I got one idea in my brain. See here. I will give you an example. Answer this. You can understand really what is this concept of quantifiable and non-quantifiable. See here. Mr. A. This person is a shareholder of TCS, L&T, Dr. Reddy's. Okay? This person is shareholder of TCS, L&T, Dr. Reddy's. TCS is in software, L&T is in infra. Construction and concept place stock market lo avani okate category entadi infra. Next Dr. Reddy's, it will be located on a pharma set. So TCS, L&T, Dr. Reddy's, pharma. So one is in software, another one is in infra, another one is in pharma. So let us, sir, all the three are in same industry, are three diversified. I am a member of all the three companies, say for example. Okay. Now answer my question clearly. Declaration of dividend, change in the name, approval for buyback. Approval for a buyback. Please see the screen, everyone. Now answer my question clearly. Mr. A, being a shareholder of TCS, can he declare the dividend along with all the other members? Can Mr. A, along with other members of the company, can he also approve the dividends in TCS? In L&T? In Dr. Reddy's? Change in name proposal came to the shareholders. Already board approved, now came to the shareholders. Along with other members, can he also participate and vote? Change in name by L&T? Change in name by Reddy's? Same with the buyback? Yes. Now all the places a tick mark came or not? Answer. Because for all the companies, Companies Act is same. My powers are derived from Companies Act, not from the company. Whose powers, sir? The shareholders' powers are quantifiable powers. We get the powers from the Companies Act. Companies Act is same for every company. TCS Companies Act, L&T Companies Act, Dr. Reddy's Companies Act. These many Companies Acts are not there. There is only one Companies Act, Companies Act 2013. Every company has to follow. Clear? Huh? Therefore, every company will follow same Companies Act. Means in every company my powers are same. But directors' powers are not like that. Directors' powers are non-quantifiable. I will give you some examples. Answer. See there. Mr. A is not a shareholder, is a director. Director of which company? TCS, L&T, Dr. Reddy's. Now answer. He want to take, along with other directors, a software related decision, a infrastructure related decision, a pharmaceutical related decision. Now answer my question. Mr. A, see the screen everyone. Mr. A, as a director of TCS, want to take a software related decision in the board meeting. Can he or cannot? Software related decision in TCS. Yes or no? He want to take a software related decision in infra. In L&T. Yes or no? No. Software related means purchase of software, not that decision. Whether to develop a software like that. Clear or not everyone? Yes or no? Second case. No. In Dr. Reddy's, he want to take a decision regarding development of a software. Yes or no? Clear or not everyone? Okay, next issue. A company is there which is involved in infra. Okay, in infra company I want to take a software decision. Cannot? Answer. Can I take infrastructure related decisions in L&T? Yes. Here? No. Next. In pharma related decision, manufacture of some medicines in a TCS. Yes or no? No. Second case, L&T manufactures medicines, sir? No. Here? Why all tick marks in the previous case? Here there are into marks. Because as a director of TCS, I will have which powers? Software related powers only. I don't have pharma powers, etc. Clear or not everyone in the class? Same even with the remaining cases. That means if the company is a software company, I can exercise only software related powers but not these. My powers as a director is derived from the company, not from Companies Act. Not from Companies Act. Not from Companies Act. I derive powers from company. It is a company based power. Company changes, my power changes. TCS la memorandum objects clause la main object will be infrastructure software. In that company I should act according to the MOA of that company. What that company MOA said the company can do, that I can do. Clear or not everyone in the class? Okay, this is the point, sir. So now tell me, powers of the board of directors or shareholders are who are quantifiable, who are not quantifiable. Shareholders powers are quantifiable or non-quantifiable. Board of directors powers are, that means we can't tell exactly these are all the powers of the board. Clear? We can't quantify like that. Both the powers are quantifiable or non-quantifiable. Board. Listen carefully, everyone. Quantifiable or non-quantifiable. Shareholders' powers are derived from Companies Act. Both the powers are derived from Companies Memorandum. Memorandum of X Limited, Y Limited, Z Limited. Same or different? My powers are also different. Therefore, how many quantifications you can give? 1 lakh companies, 1 lakh quantifications you have to give them, which is not possible. Therefore, law didn't define these are the powers of directors, but law provided guidelines on exercise of board powers. They didn't tell board you can do this, you can do that. They didn't tell. They said these are the restrictions subjected to which your powers are. Did you understand the concept, everyone? These are the restrictions subjected to which you should exercise your powers. What are those? We are going to see in the general powers. Some powers are there, specific powers of the board. On that separate sections have come. When we come there, I will explain those powers. Okay. Now we are going to start with the special powers of the board, general powers of the board. Now, this is one logic we need to understand. This is an introduction to this charging section. Okay, this is introduction. Not at end late. Another 10 minutes discussion is there. Listen carefully. Everyone in the class know about a concept in CA Inter called as a contract of agency. By mistake, if you read. What is the concept? Contract of agency. Sir, agents, leave about everything. Contractually, there will be 2 persons or not? Okay, like that. In a contract of agency also, in a contract of agency also 2 persons will be there. Okay, how many? 2. Who are the 2 persons? You should only answer and tell me. Who are the 2 persons that will be there? Very good. Who is the first one? Who is the second one? Will you please listen, everyone? Who is the first one? Who is the second one? What agent can do? Good, that's all. Correct. What agent can do? Whatever principal can do. Whatever. See the screen now. Principal can do something. Can it be done by agent? Yes. Principal can not do something. Can it be done by agent? No. That's all. This is what agency mean. Total contract of agency chapter in CA enter. If you want to convert into one single chapter, this is the answer. On this only entire chapter will run. First case. Principal can do something. Answer. That can be done by whom? Agent. Agent has done that wrong. Who will be liable? Adi. Second case. Can principal do something? No. Who has done that? Agent has done that. Now who will be liable? Agent liable, because it's ultra vires. ఏజెంట్ చేయలేంది నువ్వు చేసి నేను లైబుల్ అంటావేంటి? అలా కంపెనీస్ యాక్ట్లోకి అల్ట్రా వైర్స్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ వచ్చింది. Everyone understood the concept? In that way, a concept called as a doctrine of ultra vires has come into the Companies Act. And those doctrines are never ended concepts. We have to read anyway in section number 180. 180 section again, doctrine of constructive notice, doctrine of indoor management, exceptions to doctrine of indoor management, doctrine of ultra vires, case laws like Royal British Bank versus Turkwan, K. Venkateswamy versus Chintaramurthy, Honorable Andhra Pradesh High Court has given a judgment on that. Royal British Bank versus Turkwan, Rayfield versus Hand, Rex versus Kilsent, Nash versus Lind, and for that case, a case law called as Ashbury Railway Carriage Company versus Ritchie. Like that, there are so many case laws. Reuben versus Great Fingal Consolidated. So many case laws are there, which we have to read in the process of understanding section number 180 of the Companies Act. So before we go into that, see there, agency, there will be two types of parties. One will be a principal, another one will be an agent. First one. Second one, what principal can do that can be done by an agent on behalf of principal. Classic example, consignor, consignee. Consignor, who is a consignor? Who main person sell the goods is called as a consignor. Every place consignor can't go, therefore he will appoint a agent there. That agent we will call as what? Consignee. Consignee consigns the goods and sell the goods in that place on behalf of consignor. For that he will be paid commission, general commission, overriding commission, declaratory commission, like that special commission, like that commissions will be paid to him. Same way, directors will also be paid a commission, because directors are the agents to the company. So the relationship between the board of directors and the company will be principal and agent. Everyone, principal and agent. Who is the principal? Who is the agent? So board of directors should do only whatever. If board does something which company cannot do, that's called as ultra vires. That's what you have seen in CA Inter. What do you mean by ultra vires? This is a concept you might have learned there. Understood the basics? Huh? So tell me, what is the relationship between board and the company? Principal and agent relation exists. Between whom and whom? Who is the principal? Who is the agent? What board can do? Whatever company can do. Chapani, what board can do? What company can do? Whatever board can do. What board can do? Everyone, what board can do? Whatever company can do. What company can do? What is there in the objects clause of memorandum? What is there in the? What board can do? What is there in the objects clause of memorandum? A equal to B, B equal to C. A equal to C. Chapandi. What board can do? Whatever company can. What company can do? Whatever is there in the objects clause of memorandum. Then what board can do? Whatever is there in the objects clause of memorandum. If a board does something extraneous to the contents of the objects clause of memorandum, we will call them as ultra vires. This is the introduction to the charging section la first subsection introduction. Section number 179. Section number 179. What board can do? If that be the question, they have given the answer under section number 179. The board of directors of the company shall be entitled to exercise all such acts and to do all such acts and things as the company is authorized to exercise and do. While exercising such powers or doing such act or thing, the board shall be subjected to the powers contained in this behalf in this act, memorandum, articles, regulations not inconsistent therewith, and duly made thereunder, including the powers regulated by the company in a general meeting. Like that, they started saying the powers of the board of directors. Section number 179, subsection number 1, first proviso, second proviso, 179, subsection number 2. Let us read those and understand. Read subsection number 1. What board can do? The board of directors shall be, the board of directors of the company shall be exercise what? All such powers and to do all such acts and things as the company is authorized to exercise and to do. So first thing, the board of directors, one director, collectively board of directors. Tell me, what is the relationship between director and company? Principal and agent. Like this, you should not think individual director don't have any relation. Board of directors are agent, not individual director. Very good. Read again. There he used the word the director, the board of directors. We are reading director meeting, board meeting. We are reading board powers, director powers. అంటే ఎవరి గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం? వన్ సింగిల్ పర్సనా, కలెక్టివ్ పవరా? ఒక్కడికి సంబంధం ఏంటి అసలు దీంతో? ఓకే, సో డైరెక్టర్ హ్యావ్ నో లింక్ విత్ కంపెనీ. హూ హ్యావ్ పవర్ విత్, హూ హ్యావ్ లింక్ విత్ కంపెనీ? Board of directors will have link with company. Now tell me, what board can do whatever company can do, kada? Read now. The board of directors means one director, all directors are. What they can do? Shall be entitled to, inka whatever company can do anakandi. Just for introduction sake I said that. Now read the sentence in the bare act as it is. Read. The board of directors of a company shall be entitled to exercise all such powers and to do all such acts and things as the company is authorized to exercise and do. Okay, sir, in this, what is the important word? What is the most important word? ఒక్కొక్కళ్ళు ఒకటి చెప్పండి. ఈవిడ బోర్డు ఉంటుంది, ఆవిడ కంపెనీ ఉంటుంది, ఆవిడ షెల్, ఆవిడ ఎంటైటిల్డ్, ఎక్కడో చోట ఒక ఇంపార్టెంట్ వర్డ్ వచ్చేస్తుంది. Answer is authorized in the second line. Do you know what does it mean? First memorandum should authorize company. Who should authorize? Memorandum should authorize the company. Once a memorandum authorizes a company, those powers board can exercise. That means first what is important here? Authorization should be there for the company first. If company is authorized, on behalf of company, board will exercise the powers. Clear or not everyone? Company is an artificial person or natural person? It can do anything on its own or cannot do. Therefore some manual human intervention is required or not. Therefore board of directors. Clear everyone? Since company cannot do anything on its own. Okay, sorry, anyway, see here. Board of directors of a company shall be entitled to exercise all such powers and to do all such acts and things as the company can exercise and do. As the company is authorized to exercise and do. Who authorizes company? Section is silent. You should understand from the implied provisions of law. Who will authorize? MOA. MOA which name clause? Objects clause will authorize. Therefore, objects clause of memorandum must first authorize the board company. Now on behalf of company, who will exercise those powers? Board of directors. That's the first sentence. Read for the last time. Start. The board of directors of a company shall be entitled to exercise all such powers and to do all such acts and things as the company is authorized to exercise and do. Okay, sir, section was drafted like this. Like this, they drafted this section. First they said, what board can do, whatever company can do. Means what? Board of directors asked the company, "Arey, what are my powers? You can do whatever I can do." You can do whatever I do means we are intentionally we can exercise any power what you can do. Yes, you can exercise any power what we can do. Really? Yes, really. And we are equally powerful like company. Slowly Companies Act lawmaker said that. First they said, board of directors, you can do whatever company can do. That means we ourselves are company then. Yes. Second stage they said they thrown directors from first to top floor to the down floor. They said, but in the name, don't do overaction. They said, board of directors, you can do whatever company can do. But while exercising these powers, you should be obeying the act. You should be obeying the MOA. You should be obeying the AOA. You should be obeying the regulations. You should be obeying the general meeting. Clear everyone? Regulations technically means AOA. Sorry. Board regulations. Board meetings. These are called as regulations not inconsistent therewith and duly made thereunder. Instead of using that language, we can take resolutions in a board meeting or resolution by board of directors. You can take anyway. Instead of using this, resolution of board of directors. I repeat. Stage number 1, top floor level. You are superstar, they said. Board of directors, what I can do? Board can do everything whatever company can do. Slowly, they said that, but don't get excited. While exercising the powers of the company, you should be subjected to 5 things. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, resolutions of the board. Last one, resolutions of a general meeting. Clear or not, everyone? Means what? Whenever the board exercises the powers, you should exercise them subjected to provisions of Companies Act. Company can go for buyback. How to go for buyback? Like whatever I want. Appudu intette egrestantadu ROC. Intette egresi evarni mottham mookumadiga board mottham. So over action cheyidannadu act lo. So simple answer is company can go for buyback as per MOA. Yes, you can go for buyback, but while going for a buyback, you should go as per section 68 of Companies Act. That's the meaning. Clear or not, everyone? So tell me, what board can do? Sare, what company can do? Sare, while exercising such powers or doing such act or a thing, the board shall be subjected to how many things, sir? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, resolutions of the board of directors. Why I am not using board meeting means RBC can also be there. That's why. Resolutions of board of directors. Last one, resolution of a general meeting. Subjected to these, you can exercise the powers. Okay. Board of directors felt bad. Or a first level you made a superstar. Next level you made us to fall down. Third stage much more down. They said you are waste. What waste? They said in second proviso, board of directors of the company shall not be entitled to exercise the powers or do act or thing which will be done by the shareholders in a general meeting. Answer now. First stage what board can do? Whatever. What is a company? Company will have how many elements totally? 2. Number 1, board. Number 2. Number 2. That means which give a indirect meaning that you can do what shareholders can do. Therefore, they said that Antaledamma. Third stage again they reduced the power. They clearly said that both you cannot exercise the powers of shareholders in a general meeting. Clear, everyone? That means board of directors shall be entitled, shall not be entitled. Shall not be entitled to do what? Exercise the powers of shareholders in a general meeting. Means shareholders' power should be exercised by shareholders. Board power should be exercised by board of directors. Who should not do shareholders' powers? Board of directors should not involve into shareholders' powers. Vice versa also apply. Clear, everyone? Okay. Now tell me, 3 stages of level we understood. First one, what board can do? If this be the case, I will repeat the same for 100 times. Okay? Yandar meek doubt akkarla. So first one, what board can do? Whatever Okay. While exercising the powers of the company, they are subjected to how many things? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, resolutions of the board of directors. Last one, general meeting. Now next one, board cannot exercise what? Powers of the shareholders in a general meeting. Something shareholders only should exercise as per articles, memorandum, etc. That should be done only by the shareholders and not by the board of directors. That's a clarity. Everyone understood the concept clearly? Okay, next issue. Last one. Before we go into the last one, I will ask you one question, answer this. Board of directors, can they take the shareholders' powers and exercise? Board of directors, can they take away the powers of shareholders and exercise? Sir, approval of buyback should be given by? Approval of dividend. Can board directly do that? No. Likewise, shareholders also can't take the powers of board of directors. Likewise, shareholders also can't take away the powers of board of directors. Tell me, recommendation of dividend, power with? Shareholders should not do our action. Like how I am not involving in your duties, you should not involve in my duties. Clear or not, everyone? Okay, this is a point. Why I am asking this question is, listen carefully. Tell me, board cannot take? Likewise, shareholders cannot take? Board of directors powers. So no one power can be taken by another. Means simply, powers of the members and the board are non-exchangeable. They are non-exchangeable, non-transferable, non-negotiable. Whose powers? Shareholders and board, both, not just board, shareholders. Shareholders' powers are said in Companies Act, board powers are said in MOA. Your powers are your powers, their powers are their powers. Don't exchange the powers. However, one thing shareholders can do. Shareholders can put restrictions on board powers. Shareholders can put restrictions on board powers. Answer everyone, shareholders can put restrictions on board powers. Sir, what restrictions, sir? I will explain. I will ask you a question. Use common sense and answer. Don't prove that you don't have that. Basic question only. Company memorandum la loan taking powers are there. That means who can take a loan? Who can take a loan? Company. In its objects clause, one of the object is borrow money as and when required for the business. Clear or not, everyone? Now tell me, who will borrow on behalf of company? Very good. Board of directors will borrow on behalf of company. Board will borrow. Clear? How much they can borrow? That shareholders can decide. That's what I want to tell. They can't tell that board can't borrow, shareholders will borrow. They can't tell that. But they can tell board only will borrow. But up to 10 crores, both themselves, beyond 10 crores, along with the board, shareholders permission also required. Like that, they can put restrictions. They can take away the power of borrowing. They can put restrictions on powers of borrowing. Now tell me, shareholders can put restrictions on board powers. They can put prohibition on board powers. Therefore, nothing in this section will prohibit shareholders from putting on. Yes, correct. That's all. Answer completed. Whatever the questions I ask you to now, everything will become one subsection when you read now. Before going into this, answer again. Come from the beginning. Tell me what board can do. ఇంకోసారి చెప్పకండి ఆన్సర్ నాకు, ఓకేనా? వినబుద్ది అవట్లా, బోర్ కొడుతుంది. Tell me the correct answer. What board can do? Board of directors of a company shall be entitled to exercise all such powers and to do all such acts and things as companies authorized to exercise and do. Board of directors of the company shall be entitled to exercise all such powers and to do all such acts and things as the company is authorized to exercise and do. While exercising such powers or doing such act or a thing, the board shall be subjected to the provisions contained on this behalf in this act, memorandum, articles, regulations not inconsistent therewith and duly made thereunder, including the regulations passed by the company in a general meeting. Board of directors of the company shall not exercise the powers or to do any act or thing which the shareholders has to exercise. Last one will be no regulation made by the company in a general meeting would be treated as invalid provided that the regulation had not been made. That's what I didn't discuss. I will discuss now. Before going into that, listen. Board of directors can do whatever company can do. Everyone understood? While exercising that power, they shall be subjected to 5 things. Understood? Later, they can't exchange the powers from the shareholders. Understood? And moreover, last point also I said, shareholders can totally take away the board powers. They can put restrictions on board powers. Kada? Now listen. Shall we continue? Read this. See there. Shareholders of the company on 16th May 22 passed a general meeting resolution restricting board of directors powers on borrowing. What they said is up to rupees 10 crore means not exceeding rupees 10 crore. Board of directors suo moto. More than or equal to 10 crore, board of directors only will borrow, but what is also required? Shareholders by passing a special resolution in a general meeting is also required. This is what the condition imposed. Can they do like this or not? First tell me this. Can shareholders do like this? Yes or no? How you can tell? We are taking away the powers, we are restricting the powers. If I don't do like this, board will borrow even though there is no requirement to borrow. They will borrow 20 crores to 30 crores unnecessarily. Company's debt component will increase. Ensuring that shareholders said that 10 crores you can go. You need not come to us. But 10 crores after you must take the permission of the shareholders. Clear everyone in the class? Everyone in the class understood? So you should take the permission of the shareholders. If that limit crosses, the 10 crore limit if it is exceeded, you should take the permission of the shareholders. Clear? Now listen answer. Listen and answer. Which date this resolution is passed? Okay. Company on 10th May, on 10th June, on 10th May, it borrowed 12 crore by the board of directors suo moto. On 10/6 also, it borrowed for example 12 crore. Board of directors suo moto. Board of directors suo moto. Now answer my question clearly. This particular company has borrowed how much amount on 10/5? With the shareholders, without shareholders? On 10/6 also it borrowed how much? 12 crore. Already 12 crores borrowed. Again another 12 crore they borrowed. Okay. They taken whose approval? Board of directors approval only. Whose approval is not taken? Now both the borrowings will become invalid or not is a query now. Both of them are invalid. Any one is invalid or both are valid or both are invalid. Common sense, sir. Again, nothing more than that is required. There is a company. That company on 10/5 borrowed rupee 12 crore. Where board permission is only taken, not shareholder. Same thing happened also on 10th June. Now the borrowings of 12 crore is invalid. 24 crore is invalid. See the query and answer, no problem. Answer this. Tell me, first case, borrowings made on 10/5, 12 crores board suo moto is valid borrowing, invalid? Valid, invalid? These are perfectly valid because as on that date, resolution is not passed. That means resolutions passed by the shareholders putting restrictions on the limits of the board, regulations made by the shareholders simply will take effect prospectively or retrospectively. Prospectively only. Borrowings made in contravention after that particular resolution only will become invalid. Clear or not, everyone? That means any transaction done prior to the imposition of regulation will be affected or not affected? Affected or not affected, everyone? Which is affected? After that regulation imposed, if any contravention is committed, for that the regulations will apply. Clear? Sir, who said all these things? Section number 179 la read subsection number 1, first proviso, second proviso, and then 179 subsection number 4. Sir, 179 subsection number 2. Read it. Take a minute time. Have you read subsection 1? Have you read subsection 1? Proviso 1 and proviso 2? Understood the concept clearly? Read proviso number 1, provided that in exercising such power or doing such act or a thing, the board shall be subjected to the provisions contained in that behalf in this act, memorandum, articles, regulation not inconsistent therewith and duly made thereunder. We are reading it as what? Resolution of the board of directors. And last one, regulations made by company in a general meeting. Next, board can exercise the shareholders' powers, cannot exercise, cannot exercise. Read that. Provided further that the board shall not exercise any power or do any act or a thing which is a director are required, whether under act, memorandum, articles, etc., to be exercised or done only by the company in a general meeting. Only by a company in a general meeting. Last one, very, very important. Subsection 2. Read. No regulation made by company. Read now. No in a general meeting shall invalidate. Stop there. No regulation made by the company in a general meeting shall invalidate means regulation made by the company in a general meeting is validated. No shall invalidate. Instead of reading like that, regulation shall not validate. Like that also you can read or not. So therefore simply no regulation made by the company in a general meeting shall invalidate any prior act, any of the board which would have been valid if that regulation had not been made. If this regulation is not brought on 16th May, that transaction would be valid transaction or not? Yes, that's all. That means prior acts will be invalidated because of the regulations passed at a later date will not be invalidated. Will not be invalidated. So prior acts of the boards are affected or not affected? That's all. Everyone understood? Now you may ask a question. Sir, you said shareholders can put restrictions on the board powers. Where it was said? It was said in 179 subsection number 4. Please read 179 subsection number 4. Read. Nothing in this section shall be deemed to affect the rights of the company in general meeting. Stop there. Company in a general meeting means who will be there? Shareholders. To impose restrictions and conditions on the exercise by the board of any power specified in this section. Simplification is shareholders can impose restrictions on the board powers or not. Yes or no, everyone? They can impose restrictions through regulations passed by general meeting. Those are called as resolutions. So shareholders can pass a resolution restricting the powers of the board of directors. But those restrictions, whenever imposed, they will take effect prospectively or retrospectively, and not retrospectively. That is the idea of this section. Clear? 2 minutes time. Read the entire section once. I mean to say subsection number 1, first proviso, second proviso, subsection number 4, and then subsection 2. Read it once. Completed subsection 1 and the provisos. Subsection 2. No regulation made by the company in a general meeting shall invalidate any prior act. That means the regulations made by company in a general meeting shall not invalidate any prior acts. Prior acts shall not be invalidated. Prior acts shall not be invalidated. If you can invalidate my inconsistency, that can be done only with regard to the future actions. Clear or not, everyone? Okay, that's the point. But how shareholders got the power to impose restrictions? Subsection number 4. So nothing in this section shall be deemed to affect the right of the company in a general meeting to impose a restriction. So in a general meeting, shareholders can impose a restriction. In a general meeting, they can impose restrictions through what? Resolution. Those resolutions imposing restrictions only we call regulation. Okay. Those regulations will take prospectively and not retrospectively. If you are completed till now, we will be going into the next part. Everyone understood the concept clearly? Sir, first tell me one important point in this connection. Everyone explain. Tell me, we are reading shareholders powers of board powers are. As per the section, what board of directors can exercise and do? Board of directors of the company shall be entitled to exercise all such powers and to do all such acts and things as the company is authorized to exercise and do. While exercising these powers and doing the act and thing, they are subjected to 5 things. Number 1, act, memorandum, articles, regulations passed by the company in the board by the board of directors or passed by the company in a general meeting. Next one, whenever can shareholders put restrictions on the board powers? Those restrictions are imposed by passing in a resolutions restricting my powers are called as resolutions or called as regulations are called as. Those regulations will be affecting my prior act or will not affect my prior acts. Beautiful. That's the entire idea behind this. 179.1 first proviso, second proviso, 179.2 and 179.4. Totally there are 4 subsections in this section. How many? In that, how many we completed now? 3. Only how many subsections are remaining? 1. That's the main king of the ring. Left out concept, a main concept for the syllabus. Let's see one by one. See there. Read. The board of directors of the company shall exercise the following powers on behalf of the company by means of resolutions passed at a meeting of the board, namely, like that they have given. How many are given? A to K. A to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. How many are there totally? 11. Making calls on shares, authorization of buyback, issue of security, borrow funds, invest funds of the company, grant loans, give guarantees and provide any securities in respect of a loan, to approve annual financial statement, to diversify business, to approve mergers, amalgamations, and to approve takeovers, any other power as may be prescribed. A to K. How many are there totally? 11 powers of the board. These powers are to be exercised only by whom? By passing a resolution in a. These are no RPC cases. These are no resolution by circulation cases. Only board meeting. Interaction must be there. What should be there? Very, 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 very important decisions in company. Don't take them through RPC. This is what lawmaker want to tell. See the section there. See the section. Read the section. The board of directors of a company shall exercise the following powers on behalf of company by means of resolutions, not by circulation, passed by the meetings of the board. Means it is RBC a meeting. RBC equal to meeting, not equal to meeting. Therefore, it should not be an RPC case. Like that, we need to understand. These are all no RPC cases. How many are there? 11. Making calls on shares, authorization for buyback, issue of securities including debentures whether in or outside India. Next one, borrow money, invest funds of company, to grant loan, give guarantee, provide any security in respect of a loan, to approve annual financial statement, to diversify the business, to approve any mergers, amalgamations, and to approve the takeovers and controlling stakes in company as any other power as may be prescribed. A to K. How many powers are there? 11. Sir, why sir? This require only board approval by a board meeting. Why interaction required, sir? A question will arise or not? There is a good rule behind that. Sir, calls on share. See there, first one, making calls on share. Answer my question. Whenever company goes for a public issue, company go for a public issue. Listen please. Whenever company go for a public issue, they will raise entire amount in one go, or they will raise amount in the form of allotment and calls. Stage 1, application. Second, third, calls lo 3 types of calls will be there. First call, second call, final call. There are 3 calls. So they will collect in installments. So they will collect in bulk. LIC IPO completed. They collected full in one go. Installment full. Okay. నేను సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేశా 210 లాట్స్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ అయ్యాయి 15,89,000 we invested in LIC recent stock. Okay, so 210 lots totally. We applied for 500 lots. 40% allotment is successful. How much? 40% is successful. So 500 of 40%, how many? 200, but they have given 210 because we subscribed in 200 lots. So 500 lot size. They subscribed, they have given 400. Sorry, 40%. So 210 lots were subscribed by us. So leave out 15,89,000 deducted from my bank account. Entire amount was deducted. Where is the concept of application allotment to first, second, third, fourth, kudikalu, edankalu ekkadi nunchi vachayi? Yes or no? They went for IPO or not? IPO na? Answer everyone. IPO na? Really? LIC went for IPO na? Yes or no? Yes sir. Then why allotment to first call, second call, third call, kudikal, edankal? Why not there? Any guess? Any guess? కాదు గవర్నమెంటా? గవర్నమెంట్కి ఎలాంటి సంబంధం లేదు. దేర్ స్టేక్ ఈజ్ ఆల్రెడీ హెల్డ్. సార్, డూ యూ నో వాట్ ఈస్ ద వర్త్ ఆఫ్ LIC? LIC is worth is 17 lakh crores. అందులో 3% it went for public issue. Okay, how much? 3%. That equal to 21,000 crores. Okay, so government hold is still there. 97% is there. No problem. Next, is it a public offer? Is it a public offer? Then why no allotment, first call, second call, third call? Why? Do you know why? Listen. No. Asal kaadu. Know about the facts first. LIC went for IPO. Everyone know. But how that IPO has went, only CA should know. అందుకే ఇక క్లయింట్ అంత మన దగ్గరకు వచ్చేది, నీకు తెలియక నాకు తెలియక ఇంకెందుకు యాడ్ అవడానికే. సో వాట్ ఈస్ సో గ్రేట్ అబౌట్ IPO ఆఫ్ LIC? LIC IPO, DMart IPO, Zomato IPO, all these three are similar. They all three went for IPO in the form of offer for sale. IPO in the form of అంటే ఏంటి తెలుసా? Promoters will first purchase the shares from company. They will sell to the market. Why they will collect in call? If company is taking money, they will collect in. Company already collected money from promoters. Company collected money from whom? Promoters of LIC has already paid 18,000 crores to LIC. How much? 18,000 crores they paid to LIC. They sold it for 21,000 crores. Did you understand the concept? They sold to you and me at 21,000 crores. They purchased already. Original acquisition cost is only 11,000 crores. Inflated value, I am telling 18,000. They purchased long back. They now announced that we are going to sell. That's called as offer for sale. Sir, offer for sale మనకి సిలబస్లో ఉన్నాయా? Is there in syllabus offer for sale? It's there in your CA Inter. Section number 25, deemed prospectus. Recent CA Inter క్లాసులు జరిగాయి. లైవ్లో వీ హ్యావ్ సీన్. ఇంకా ఏంటి, చెన్నైలో జరిగినప్పుడు when the classes are going on in Chennai in KS Academy, it was around 5th May or 6th May. IPO is going on at that time. IPO is going on. Live IPOs are going on at that time. Class 11:30, 12 at that time. We watched the market and we have shown how the prospectus actually works. Offer for sale concept is in section number 25. In your CA Inter, there is a concept called as offer for sale, also called as a deemed prospectus. Same prospectus? Deemed prospectus is there. The deemed prospectus concept called as a offer for sale. Called as a, tell me, how many persons are involved? 3. First, company. Middle, third, public. First, షేర్ హోల్డర్స్ అనకండి సార్, షేర్ కొనకుండా షేర్ హోల్డర్ అవ్వను. ఎంత లూజ్గా వదులుతారో మాటల్ని. ఫస్ట్, మిడిల్, థర్డ్, పబ్లిక్. నౌ టెల్ మీ, హూ విల్ ఇష్యూ ప్రాస్పెక్టస్? కంపెనీ. ఇష్యూ ప్రాస్పెక్టస్ టు హూమ్? ఆన్సర్, ప్రమోటర్స్. రీడింగ్ దట్ ప్రాస్పెక్టస్, హూ విల్ ఇన్వెస్ట్? Promoters. Invest in the company or not? Everyone. Now tell me, these promoters will sell the shares to the public. Selling will involve offer and acceptance. Who will give offer? Offer to purchase, offer for sale. That offer document shall be deemed as a prospectus under IPCC law. All the requirements of the legal prospectus, legal contents of the prospectus as per section number 26 subsection number 3 shall also apply to the offer for sale and it shall be deemed as a prospectus. Section number 2 class 76 prospectus definition also will define like that. Prospectus means red herring prospectus and shelf prospectus, and it also includes any invitation, offer, letter of offer, or any advertisement or any campaigning done for subscription of the shares or purchase of securities of any company or a body corporate. Definition of the term prospectus. ఇన్ని చదివాక అర్థం కావాల్సింది ఏంటంటే, ప్రాస్పెక్టస్ మీన్స్ ఇట్ నీడ్ నాట్ ఆల్వేస్ రైట్ ప్రాస్పెక్టస్ ఇన్సైడ్ దట్. Sometimes certain documents shall be deemed as a prospectus. How many concepts are there? Deemed prospectus concepts. 2 deemed concepts, prospectus concepts are there. Number 1, offer for sale. Number 2, if you remember, there is a concept called as a shelf prospectus. Em prospectus? Shelf la prospectus. Really? No. Really ade meaning. Shelf prospectus means one time only we will give and put in shelf. ఓకే, వెన్ ఎవర్ ఇష్యూ కేమ్ ఐ విల్ టేక్ దట్ అండ్ ఐ విల్ గివ్. షెల్ఫ్ అంటే ఇక్కడ నిజంగా అల్మరాలో పెట్టాడని కాదు, రిజర్వ్లో వి విల్ కీప్ ది ప్రాస్పెక్టస్. అగైన్ అండ్ అగైన్ వీ నీడ్ నాట్ గివ్. అరే లెజరింగ్ లైఫ్ ఆఫ్ షెల్ఫ్ విల్ బి హౌ మెనీ ఇయర్స్? 1 year. 1 calendar year, 1 financial year. 1 year from the date of opening of the first issue. See, enter. 1 year from the date of opening of first issue, first offer on which date you started. From that day, how many years time? 1 year. From there, 1 year time will be given, within which you can use this shelf prospectus for n number of times. Clear everyone? During this 1 year time, company went for 4 offers. Again and again I need to issue prospectus or no need? Answer. I issued now, 8 months after I am going for another issue. Can I directly use this? 8 months, sir, I can use. But during this 8 months time, some important changes happened. Directors removal, changes in the asset charges, etc. Such important things happened. I need to inform them or not? Information memorandum will be given. What will be given, sir? Information memorandum. Information memorandum is a prospectus, deemed as a prospectus. It is deemed prospectus concept. Clear everyone in the class? Why I am telling all these things is, in India, some concepts are very, very less used, though they are very popular. Calls అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ అసలు ఇండియాలో వాడట్లే ఎవరు ఇప్పుడు. ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ ఏ ఆఫర్ ఫర్ సేల్ ఓన్లీ. క్లియర్ ఎవ్రీవన్? ఆఫర్ ఫర్ సేల్ ఈజ్ వెరీ 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 పాపులర్, highly popular in India. Which one? Offer for sale. Array, who will company directly going into public doing all these things? Companies are not believing in public. Promoters will create hype 6 months before. People will invest like anything as on the date of offer. Campus is there, a company, footwear going for public issue. బుడబొక్కలోడు వాడు, అసలు వాడు కూడా పబ్లిక్ ఇష్యూకి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నాడు. Did you understand the point or not? వాడంత పొడబొక్కల వెధవ ఇంకోటి లేడు. వాడు ప్రాస్పెక్టస్ అయితే పక్క వెళ్ళిపోతాడు ఎవడైనా. అంటే వాడు ఎంత ధైర్యంగా పబ్లిక్ ఇష్యూకి వెళ్తున్నాడు, హౌ మచ్ డేర్ హీ హ్యాస్. క్యాంపస్ అనేవాడికి. సో క్యాంపస్ కంపెనీ డజంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎ ప్రాపర్ P&L and balance sheet. Still he is also going for public issue. That means people in India are in such a way today, we should invest in shares. We should invest in IPO. Why? We should. అదే why? We should. ఎందుకు అంటే అలా చేస్తూ ఉండాలి. నేను చెప్పాలి అందరికీ నేను షేర్లో ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేశాను. అంతేగాని వాట్ ఈస్ అ రిస్క్ రిటర్న్ ప్రొఫైల్, వాట్ ఈస్ అ స్టాండర్డ్ డీవియేషన్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద రిస్క్, షార్ప్స్ సింగిల్ ఇండెక్స్, ఆర్ఎఫ్ ప్లస్ బీటా అండ్ ఆర్ఎం మైనస్ ఆర్ఎఫ్, క్యాపిటల్ అలొకేషన్ లైన్, క్యాపిటల్ మార్క్, ఇన్ని టెక్నిక్స్ అప్పుడు యూజ్ చేయడు. ఇది ఇండియా. ఎందుకు కొన్నావు? మా నాన్నగారు కొన్నారు. ఎందుకు కొన్నావు? మా బామ్మరిది కొన్నాడు. ఎందుకు కొన్నావు? మా ఫ్రెండ్ కొంటే ప్రాఫిట్స్ వచ్చాయి. దీస్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ as, do you know what does it mean? Inefficient market. Efficient market hypothesis అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ ఉంది SFMలో. ఏంటది? Efficient market hypothesis. Efficient market is a market where buyers and sellers will have a information about the market and then only they will buy the stocks. In that assumption the market runs, where India is not in that place. India lo no one will purchase shares of a company knowing about the information about the company. They will buy on the basis of sentiments. Sentiments means what? There are lot many sentiments in India. My friend purchased, therefore I will purchase. You don't know what is the PE ratio of that company, but still you will purchase. You don't know what is the EPS of that company in the last year, still you will purchase. Sir, how many investors in India on LIC know really about what is the PE ratio? Expect not even 1%, bare minimum of 1% also don't know. They don't know PE ratio. Okay, they don't know really what is the EPS stream of LIC. They don't know what is a real profit stream of LIC. They don't know how much policies were due on contingency. Still people will invest because it's LIC. So here market is efficient, inefficient? Inefficient market. Anduke మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, there is a supermarket called as a Subiksha. Have you ever heard? Subiksha. Once upon a time it was taken over by another company called as Spencer. Moru, Spencer, have you heard about these names? Acquisition happened. Random acquisition la Subiksha is the company. That company stock price is 68 rupees in the market. How much? 68 rupees in the market. One company tried to acquire another company. At the time of acquisition, they revalued the share. There is a model called as a free cash flows. Which one, sir? Free cash flows. They used the free cash flow strategy. They valued the share price. Share price came to 7 rupees 62 paisa. Below par. But the worth of the share in the market is 68 rupees. Markets in India are highly overpriced. 10 times. Markets in India highly overpriced. ఒక్క షేర్ 5,000. పోడి ఏముంది అసలు కంపెనీలో అంతా? ఇండియాలో ఉండే సగం కంపెనీలు మొత్తం హైప్డే. గ్యాస్ ఫిల్డ్ కంపెనీస్, అది బెలూన్స్ అవన్నీ. దట్స్ వై ఇఫ్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్, నేను చెప్పింది కదా సార్, స్ట్రాటజీ కావాలని మీరు గూగుల్ చేయండి ఒకసారి ఆఫ్టర్ గోయింగ్ హోమ్, నాట్ నౌ. సత్యం షేర్ ప్రైస్ ద డే బిఫోర్ స్కామ్ 658 రూపీస్. ఎంత? 658 రూపీస్. ఓకేనా? 658 rupees. Scam was announced. Very next day share price is 14 rupees. అంటే దేని వల్ల పెరిగింది తగ్గింది? కంపెనీ అదే, సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అదే, ఎంప్లాయీస్ వాళ్ళే, షేర్ హోల్డర్స్ వాళ్ళు అన్నీ వాళ్ళే, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ సేమ్ ఎసెన్షియల్లీ. బట్ వై దెర్ ఈస్ అ డ్రాప్ ఆఫ్ 600-700 times? సెంటిమెంట్ ఓన్లీ. రియల్లీ 600 షేర్ షుడ్ నాట్ కమ్ టు 14 కదా. రిపోర్ట్స్ కావాలంటే ఒకసారి ఆన్లైన్లో చెక్ చేయండి. Satyam company was acquired by Tech Mahindra at the time at the rate of 58 rupees per share. Enta? Do you know what is 58? Worth of company. It is traded at 650 rupees in the market. How many times overpriced? Observe now. So, markets never run because of their performance in India. Markets run by sentiments. Not only India is not an exception. USA is also like that. Whole market in stocks itself is running on a inflation. Anni inflated balloons avanni. Eppudu ela peltayi telivu avi. That's why in the recent times only we have seen Paytm, we have seen our Paytm. What is the issue price? Issue price, sir? You don't know? It was going in 2,100 rupee. Do you know what is the share price today? 600 or 700 ఉంది అని నేను చూడలేదు. లాస్ట్ 2-3 days I didn't watch the Paytm. It is somewhere around 560-600 rupee. Now understand where it was issued, where it is now. అంటే ఎంత బెలూన్ గ్యాస్ నింపారు వీళ్ళు? 1400 to 1500. That's what I want to tell. This is called as inefficiency in Indian stock markets. దీని మీద రీసెర్చ్ చేసిన ఒక మహానుభావుడికి ఓకే యుఎస్ఏలో నోబెల్ అవార్డు కూడా ఇచ్చారు, ఎఫిషియెంట్ మార్కెట్ హైపోథిసిస్ చేసినందుకు. దట్ పర్సన్స్ నేమ్ ఇస్ డౌ జోన్స్. In SFM it is there. Security analysis chapter there is a theory question. Dow Jones. ఆయన ఆ గొప్ప మనిషి పేరుతోనే they trade their stock market with the name Dow Jones Industrial Index. New York Stock Exchange all there. Dow Jones Industrial Index name came because that person has found out a concept called as efficient market hypothesis. Markets run on a efficiency will run forever. Markets which are like inflated balloons will not survive for so long like Indian stock markets. We should be really ashamed that almost all the stocks are in the same category in India. చూస్తున్నారు కదా ప్రత్యక్ష మీరే చెప్తున్నారు. Paytm issued at 2000 running at 5. అసలు ఎంత సంబంధం ఉందా 2000కి 500? అంటే కొనుక్కున్న వాళ్ళు ఏమైపోవాలి? Some person will purchase at 2000 also, or not everyone. Then what will be his situation? వాడు ఇంకొక 2 సంవత్సరాలు చూస్తాడు. He will try for another 2 years. Optimism. They will try, they will sit like that. For around 1.5 years, he will try. Share price will come to 300. Then he will sell at a long-term capital loss. Practical example అవుతాడు అనుకోడు ఎలా సెటప్ చేసుకోవాలో. So long-term capital loss he will book on shares. He will book a long-term capital loss. Then the difference, 2000 minus 300, 1700 long-term capital loss. They will book on the records. This is the real life situations that are happening in India. Akesh వచ్చినప్పుడు చెప్తున్నా ఇవన్నీ. But try to understand, call money, first call, second call, final call. No one is bothered about that because public are having excess funds with them. They don't want installment basis. Public are telling, how much you want? 940 rupees, huh? Take this. Chalo, le lo. Paisa ho paisa. Whatever you want. Jitna chahiye utna luto. Bhai, why you are waiting? You want 900? 904 with GST. Take. So they will pay. People are throwing money on the face of companies. They are telling you, hey, I will subscribe for 100 shares, 500 shares, 1000 shares, like that. So people are having money. No one is interested in calls. Call money obligation is there. They will send notice. You have to pay money. I will forget on that day. Unnecessary for feature. Understood or not, everyone? Therefore, simple logic. Promoters are working on a basic logic in India that when public have, loot them. Don't wait for calls. They will not pay. At the time, your fundraising will stop suddenly. Take everything in one go. Therefore, they are going on a book building process, taking entire money in one single go. Offer for sale is a famous concept in India today. Whenever a person asks you how LIC went, don't tell IPO. It is an IPO, no doubt. But IPO was not made by LIC. IPO went by whom? Promoters of LIC made their shares to sell in the market. That stake is 3%. Clear or not, everyone? Through LIC, they sold the shares. Sir, anyway, calls on shares is a very, 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 very important decision in a company. Therefore, it requires whose approval? Board of Directors approval by a board meeting or by a RPC. Board meeting or RPC. Another one example I will tell, and I will not explain remaining concepts. Just to understand the magnitude and gravity of these activities. Why only board, why not RBC means are very important decisions. Company go for public issue once in every 10-15 years. ఒక్కసారి జరిగేదానికి కూడా you won't go for a board meeting. No RBC, only physical board meeting. Second case. Read it. This is not the way. Read properly, everyone. Main concept is authorizing the buyback. Authorizing the, who will authorize? Shareholders. Hey. We are reading board powers or shareholders powers. Sir, first idea of buyback should come to whom? That we are reading now. That idea should be approved by the board of directors, by RBC, only by board. Only by board meeting. Which meeting? Physical board meeting only they will conduct. I mean, physical board meeting means a video conferencing also. Clear, everyone in the class? So, buyback. Sir, why buyback? So much greater, sir, buyback. Buyback is great. Adi great, greater, greatest. You should not take it to RBC for various good reasons. Do you know why? See here now. Sir, buyback, if you remember, CA inter concept. Buyback whenever made. CRR transfer. CA final lo kuda undi sir adi. Consolidation వీటిల్లో బైబ్యాక్స్ జరిగినప్పుడు వస్తూ ఉంటాయి అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్స్కి. డూ యూ నో వాట్ ఈస్ ద సిఆర్ఆర్? ఫుల్ ఫామ్ కాదు. ఫస్ట్ ఉంటారు ఫుల్ ఫామ్లు చెప్పడానికి. డిఆర్ అనగా డివెంచర్ రిడెంప్షన్ రిజర్వ్, అందరికీ తెలుసు అది. ఫుల్ ఫామ్ కాదు. వాట్ ఈస్ సిఆర్ఆర్? అదే వాట్ ఈస్ క్యాపిటల్ రిడెంప్షన్ రిజర్వ్, ఏకేఏ సిఆర్ఆర్. క్యాపిటల్ రిడెంప్షన్ రిజర్వ్. చంపేసి నన్ను. పెయిడ్ అప్ క్యాపిటల్, అర్థం కాల. బైబ్యాక్, ఓకే. ఫేస్ వాల్యూ, నామినల్ వాల్యూ. నామినల్ వాల్యూ వై ఎక్కువైపోయా? సరే, ఓకే. Sir, any answer? CRR, why created? Sir, final CA final CRR, if you don't answer, please sir, at least once take it as an insult, please. Please, I am requesting you, take this insult. I am not asking about why buyback. I am asking about why CRR. Kaadu, CRR will be utilized only for fully paid up bonus shares to the existing equity shareholders, section number 16, subsection number 2. Next. Cost of capital reduce. What reduce? KE. Cost of, adena meer anedi. Okay. Next, I'm asking why buyback. No, I'm not asking why buyback. Are buyback everyone will know. Why buyback? Tell me one point. Buyback చెప్పరు, బైబ్యాక్ లో సిఆర్ఆర్ చెప్పరు, ఇది అడిగినా చెప్పను బ్రదర్. చాయిస్ ఎన్ని వదులుతా, ఎగ్జామే చాయిస్ అయిపోతప్పుడు. సో let us understand one point here. Listen, at least listen properly. Sir, buyback is very important issue in a company. ఒకటి చెప్పండి సార్, gap between two buybacks should be minimum. One buyback, another buyback, gap should be minimum 1 year. Actually, law uses the word 12 months. How much? 12 months. Now answer. Buyback and next issue, buyback and next issue, gap should be minimum 6 months. Why? బైబ్యాక్ ఎప్పుడు బైబ్యాక్ అడిగినా నాకు వచ్చే ఒకే ఒక కామన్ ఆన్సర్, విని నా చెవుపోటు వస్తుంది. Whenever company is having excess investments, company will go for buyback. Where they could not invest, excess profits are there but no investment, therefore company will go for buyback. So ఇది వదిలిపెట్టేసేయండి అసలు. Okay, this is one of the reason, I don't deny, but what could be another reason? Why I asked you the question, one buyback and next issue gap should be minimum. In that only answer is there. Why not? Why companies go for a buyback? Listen carefully. Listen. There is a company. Example sake, okay, let's say there is a company called as Mahindra and Mahindra, manufacturer, automobile. Clear? Listen carefully. That particular company, say for example, not real, XUV 700 is a new vehicle that they are going to release. Which one? 700. I think you know about that vehicle. Very, very popular now. Block period itself is 16 months. Okay. Sir, XUV 700 they manufacture. Example. Clear? They released into the market. Almost around 10,000 vehicles are already sold. Now, Mahindra and Mahindra company said that we will sale price is 25 lakhs. Say for example, how much? 25 lakhs. Mahindra and Mahindra announced openly in the market, we will purchase back these vehicles from those who purchased at 28 lakhs, they said. Means they are purchasing at a rate lesser, rate higher. Higher. Like a fool, who will do like this, sir? Companies are going for buyback like this only. Use your common sense once. Market la share price is 500. Company gave you a buyback option at 400. Will you exercise or will not exercise? 550? May exercise. Chance is there at least. Yes or no? That means buybacks are never successful if you price them below market price. That means company will often go for a buyback at the market price or above the market price. Why, sir? What they will get if I go above market price? Do you know why? Listen, same example. Mahindra company purchased back their XUV at 28 lakhs, which they have sold at 25. Because they want people to think that, Mahindra and Mahindra company sold at 25 lakh, purchased back at 28 lakhs, means they have an intention to manufacture another vehicle where they will sell at a price at least at 30 lakhs. Now, I mentally prepared entire market that my next car will not be lesser than 28 because I will incur loss if it is less than 28 lakh. Though my car worth is not 30 lakh, now I have a chance to price it at 33 lakhs and successfully sell that car. Companies are also going for buyback like that. They purchase their shares intentionally from the market at a higher price and immediately in 2-3 months they go for public issue. They prepare the minds of public. Recently they purchased share worth 500 at 600. That means next public issue I have a chance and I mentally prepared the entire market to sell the share at more than 600. ఇలాంటి ఓవర్ యాక్షన్ చేయొద్దని 6 నెలలు గ్యాప్ పెట్టమన్నాడు. 6 months లో మార్కెట్ విల్ రీషఫుల్. నిఫ్టీ ఈస్ దేరా? వాట్ ఈస్ నిఫ్టీ? నేషనల్ 50 స్టాక్స్. Nifty shuffles itself for every 26 weeks. Today's Nifty and Nifty after 26 weeks will not be same. They reshuffle on the base of market cap. Clear or not, everyone? And Mahindra may be there in the market, may not be there in Nifty. Therefore, 6 months gap they said in the act. Gap between ante, don't try to bluff the people in the name of buyback. Buyback should be a real buyback. It should be a genuine buyback. It should not be a deceptive buyback. Clear, everyone? Now let us understand why buyback require board approval. So listen, just logic let us understand. Remaining concepts are why I am stressing so much on buyback is one good reason. You should know that this section is not a normal section. Clear, everyone? You should not think that this section is a normal section. Okay? Section, if you read plainly, nothing will be there. Okay? First thing is, ఏమీ లేని ఒక దాన్ని కూడా హైప్ తేవడమైన ఉద్దేశం. ఓపెన్లీ ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్ యూ, కంపెనీస్ యాక్ట్ అనే నార్మల్ సబ్జెక్ట్కి బీజేఎం ఇచ్చి హైప్ ఇవ్వడమేనా ఉద్దేశం. ఆ సబ్జెక్ట్ మీరు అనుకున్నంత ఈజీగా ఉండదు, దానిలో చాలా ఉంటుంది అని చెప్పడమేనా ఉద్దేశం. మై మెయిన్ ఇంటెన్షన్ ఈజ్ ఐ వాంట్ టు క్రియేట్ హైప్ ఫర్ కంపెనీస్ యాక్ట్. సో కంపెనీస్ యాక్ట్ దగ్గర స్టోరీ అయితే నేను వెనక డైరెక్టర్ని. సో కరెక్ట్ మూమెంట్స్లో కరెక్ట్ బీజిఎం విల్ డెఫినెట్లీ క్రియేట్ హైప్ ఫర్ కంపెనీస్ యాక్ట్. ఐ ఆల్వేస్ బిలీవ్. సరే, బైబ్యాక్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఐ ఆమ్ స్ట్రెస్సింగ్ హియర్ ఈస్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్, టు మేక్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ 179 సెక్షన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఎ నార్మల్ సెక్షన్. లెట్స్ ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్ క్లియర్లీ. Sir, when we are in a childhood, let's say 15 years back, at least, moderate. At the time, movie tickets used to be issued in book my show, na? Physically, we need to stand in the lines or not, everyone? Yes or no? See here. Here the ticket counter is. See there. Ticket counter. People are standing here. First day, first show. Morning 4 o'clock. Okay, being a diehard fan, we will also go and stand in line or not? Obviously. And మీ నుంచి పోయి నేను నుంచునేవాడిని, ఓ 2 షర్ట్లు వేసుకెళ్ళాను, ఒకటి చిరిగిపోయి ఇంకోటి ఉంటుందని. సో అంత భయంకరమైన మెగా ఫ్యాన్ నేను. సో సరే, ఫ్లాప్ హిట్ అనేది బాస్కి కొత్త ఏం కాదు. సో ఇట్ విల్ కమ్, ఇట్ విల్ గో. సో ద పాయింట్ ఈజ్, అంత డైహార్డ్ ఫ్యాన్. మార్నింగ్ 2 o'clock 3 o'clock శంకర్ దాదాగా నుంచిన చరిత్ర మాది, మామూలు చరిత్ర కాదు. సో 2 o'clock 3 o'clock స్కిప్పింగ్. నా సిపిటి సగం ఫెయిల్ అవడానికి కారణం స్టాలిన్. సో నా ఇంటర్ పోవడానికి కారణం శంకర్ దాదా, 10th పోవడానికి కారణం ఠాగూరు ఇంద్ర. సో అలా ప్రతి దాంట్లోనూ కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఎక్కువ చేసేసాడు ఆయన. సో నా ఫెయిల్యూర్ అన్నిటికీ కారణం ఆయనే అయ్యాడు. సరే, ఎనీవే, let us try to understand the main impact of this buyback. These are all the people standing in queue. Ticket counter is there. I stand somewhere at the last, morning 2:30. Diehard fans peaks than me. They are also standing in the queue from the before a day, night itself. When I went on to the theater, already there are around 500-600 people standing in the queue. I am here now. No, not there. Slowly I came like this. And I stood here. All the other persons at the back telling, "Arre, mental on vachinda neeku." So everyone are telling, "Ah, నేను చెప్పా బాబు, మింగే మొత్తం మింగే." So mental on vachinda neeku. We are standing since some last night. You came just now. You are surpassing everything and you came. Is it a joke or what? Immediately they said, throw him outside the queue. So but I was never bothered. I said that you do whatever you want. I want only one thing. First day, first show, pass akkada padali. Ante, adi nenu chodali, aa kalato chodali ante. That is the only intention. We don't want anything beyond that. So, anta diehard fan if I am, obviously I don't think about what happened to the other persons. So I stood in the queue. I took the ticket. Lastly, some person standing behind me, they said, "Hey, these kind of persons are there in India, leave them." I said that, I got my ticket, I am going. So immediately I went. Now listen, what will be the facial expressions and feelings of the other person, emotions of other person now? I took the ticket and I went. Immediately ticket counter person kept houseful. Arey ho, etrara nu annaru. నేను రానన్నా లోపలికి వెళ్ళిపోయాం. Now answer my question, their emotions are badly hurt or not? Because of me taking the ticket, the genuine person is not receiving the ticket. Arey answer. Same even with a buyback. Whenever companies are going to distribute their amounts at the time of winding up, first should go to worker, next should go to employee, third to the secured debtor, fourth to the secured debentures, fifth to the unsecured creditor, sixth to the government taxes and statutory dues, seventh to the unsecured creditors, eighth to the equity shareholder. A person who should take money at the last surpassed everything and taken here in the name of buyback. Did you understand the point or not? You have taken everything which you have to take at the last, a person is taking at the beginning. Do you think we are fools? Like that the people are asking. Are listening or not everyone? So they said that you have to take, actually equity should get the ticket at the last, at the beginning. But I taken ticket in the beginning or not? Because of me taking the ticket, house full. Like that, because of me taking the money first before anyone else has got the money, company became insolvent. Therefore, whenever buyback is there, declaration of solvency has to be given. Have you heard about this, everyone? Whenever company go for a buyback, what should be given? A declaration of solvency. What should be given? A declaration of solvency. Declaration of solvency is a solvency declaration given by the company saying to the equity shareholders that the company is not going to wind up in the near foreseeable future. Like that, company whenever going for a buyback will tell, though I distribute first to the equity, company is not losing its going concern. Ticket counter person also came out and said, though I give to this fellow, still tickets are there, don't cry. Did you understand the concept, everyone in the class? This much intention is there involved inside the concept called as a buyback of shares. Did you understand what I said now? Everyone understood how the buyback provisions are made? So simple answer, listen carefully. In a company, who should take the risk? ఈ ఎస్ఎఫ్ఎం చేసా కూడా ఆన్సర్ చెప్పకపోతే నేనేం చేయలేను సార్ దాన్ని. లీవర్డ్ అన్లీవర్డ్ బీటా అని ఏదో చేస్తుంటారు ఒకటి పోర్ట్ఫోలియోలో. ఏం బీటా? Levered, unlevered beta. Unlevered beta, levered beta means levered beta means company having both debt and equity. Levered beta means unlevered beta. Unlevered beta means company only equity, all equity finance. Levered beta means both debt and equity. ఎప్పుడైనా ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ చూడండి ఒకసారి. Levered beta will be always higher than unlevered beta because of the reason that debt risk also will be shared by equity. Whose risk? Risk of the debt, risk of the self. Both will be borne by self. Debt holders are there in company. They will take risk, they will take fixed payment. Risk sharing or no risk sharing. That means who should take the risk of debt? Equity. Who should take the risk of equity? Equity. I am taking one risk, dual risk. Always that's why levered beta will be higher than unlevered beta. In ఏ ప్రాబ్లం check చేసుకోండి ఇంటికి వెళ్ళి. So levered betas will be always higher than unlevered just because of this reason. A simple reason. Unlevered beta means only a beta which will be a equity shared. Levered beta means both equity and debt. Why I am telling all these things is, listen carefully. Whenever company go for a buyback, equity, debt both are there in the balance sheet. Equity reduced, debt reduced. Namaste sir. Company go for a share buyback means equity reduced, debt reduced. 100 debt, 100 equity, 30 buyback. Now how much equity? How much debt? And risk taking persons are reduced, increased. That means the 30 portion of risk will be now shared by whom? The debt holders of the company. Simple ga cheppalante, India border defense will be there. What will be there? 1 lakh army is there. Example sake, 10,000 army said that we quit army and they came to the country. Now answer, we are all debt holders to the country. They are all equity holders to the country. Equity said that we don't want to join in army, we want to come back. They came. 1 lakh army became 90,000 army. Risk will be increased or decreased? Risk increased to army or risk increased to the public? That's all. Same thing. The defense mechanism of the company is lost because of buyback. What will be lost? Defense mechanism is lost. That means what is lost? Is lost. Therefore, defense mechanism is lost in the form of equity shareholder. Therefore, same amount of equity transfer from your free reserves to CRR. CRR will be anyway used only to issue fully paid up bonus shares. That means CRR is just like a capital again. How much army came out, that much army reserve is created. That's how CRR concept came into the Companies Act. These decisions all are taken in one concept called as a buyback. Inta pedda concept petukoni RBC ki veltava. That's such a great good concept called as a buyback you will take through RBC. Therefore, law is very strict in applying the provisions saying that buyback of shares in a company must not be dealt to using resolution by circulation, must be dealt to only by a physical board meeting and not by RBC. Everyone understood the concept clearly or not? Clear, everyone? What are the two things? Remaining things we need not require any explanation. Just to make you understand the importance of 179.3, this hype is created to the section. Section number 179, subsection number 3 will be talking about powers exercisable by the board of directors by RBC only by board meeting. How many powers are there? A to K. Last time. Okay. A to K. How many powers are there totally? 11 powers. These 11 powers are exercisable by the board of directors only by A. Only by A. And not by A. In that first one is calls. Second one is like that all the remaining parts. All the remaining don't require any emphasis like this. Just to make you understand the importance of the section, I gave 2 examples. Spending so much time. Understood the importance of 179.3? So these transactions require only board of directors by a board meeting approval and not by a resolution by circulation. Hope you are clear to the point, everyone. Okay. We'll meet again in the next session. We'll continue there. Thank you.